Moorish Mud Show. Passion. We talking Trump change. You understand what I'm talking about? Not only Trump change, value change, unity change. We're here in Hamtramck, and I don't know if you know about Hamtramck World, but however, Hamtramck is a beautiful city in the middle of the east side of Detroit. It is literally the world in 2 square miles. I'm talking every nationality from Bangladesh to Polish to Moorish to all of us, Irish, we're all here. So, I'm just talking about how the unity, the policy, a lot of illegal type stuff happening here, especially at our border, because Detroit is a border town. Y'all keep forgetting that. We border with Canada. So what's happening in the South, Mexico, okay, yes, that's also happening here on the low. We got to talk about these things.
As we rebuild our economy, we'll also restore our borders. Did you ever see anything like what's coming in through our borders? Criminals, drug dealers, prisoners, people from mental institutions. For 4 straight years, Kamala has imported an army of illegal alien gang members and migrant criminals from prisons and jails, insane asylums and mental institutions all around the world, from Venezuela to the Congo, and she's resettled them into your communities to prey upon innocent Americans. I happen to think it's the worst thing that's happened. I think it's worse than inflation. I think it's worse than a bad economy. I think it's the worst thing that happened to us. 21 million people.
We've been saying all along that the Republican Party is a mess, the Democratic Party is worse, and that's why the best people in both parties are galvanized around Trump's leadership. And that's why you see people like Cheney and Bush in that crowd getting on the Kamala Harris bandwagon, because they're warmongers, and we want Trump because he's actually for peace. He's the first president since Kennedy that hasn't started a war. We can't, with today's weapons, it's insane to have a war. So we got to make sure we keep the lid on the war, and then of course shut down the border and get the economy on track, because right now this country's a train wreck with the homelessness and the drugs and the crime. And that's across the country. It's more egregious where I live in Oakland. It's sort of ground zero. It's a disaster there with the homeless and the crime. Mm-hmm. And so I came here to help do what I can, my little 2 cents worth, as they say, to get Trump, make sure he wins the swing states, and especially here in Michigan.
Because if you get outside of the cities, 80% support Trump. We go outside the auto factories and talk to people. They're about 80% African-American workers. 50 to 60% of them are thumbs up. Some of them are thumbs up like that because they don't want the union leadership to know, because unfortunately the union leadership is corrupt, but not the working class. Trump is reestablishing the Republican Party as a party of the forgotten men and women of America, and that's why he has the overwhelming support. And then, of course, closing the border, not only to stop the human trafficking, which is despicable and unbelievable, the violence that is being done, and the drugs, the fentanyl, and above all, Trump will work with these countries to rebuild their economies so that people will not be forced to leave their own country for security.
It's the whole thing of being presidential is not, I have a nuclear button, but the whole thing of being presidential is establish treaties, establish contacts, do what it says in the Constitution, and not do what Wall Street tells you to do, which is what other presidents have done. So if President Trump gets in, we got a good chance. If Kamala Harris gets in, we're going to have another Wall Street president, I think. And that means trouble to me.
Well, I definitely support him because of the borders. I want closed borders. I certainly want a better economy. He's the guy that can handle that. And there's so many things that he can do and did before.
I'm not a political guy. I'm not into politics. What I am into is the welfare of humanity. And right now, I feel that this is the direction that we need to be moving in. And apparently a great deal of the rest of the country and the world feel the same way. So we're here supporting the mission to preserve and save humanity.
Trump changed. My man was heavy on the border. Why? Because not only the drugs, the coyotes, it's too much gangsterism and it's such a mess here. It's mad Venezuelans on the scene. Yeah, welcome to America. However, look at Hamtramck, man. Look at all these people who took the time to do it right, get it right, got their green cards, pledge allegiance to the flag. You know what I'm saying? Uniting, igniting the American experience, the American dream, if you will. Now, for some people over here doing what they doing, getting money, we see what this is. This is preposterous now.
Trump has been vilified unfairly and harassed by partisan justice departments and attorney generals in partisan areas of the country. And I think that's unfair, and he should be given every right to take the presidency without any conflict.
I'm supporting Trump because I'm a school teacher, and I see all of these kids from Venezuela coming into our school right now, and they're a very rough bunch. And these kids that are all being that are coming in illegally with their parents are taking the resources away from others who really need it. We're running out of housing, we're running out of a lot of things, and we're paying for all of this. It's coming out of our tax dollars. I don't mind the people, but the process has to be followed.
I want my grandchildren to grow up in a country that has the vision that Donald Trump has for our country. I want them to feel safe, secure, prosperous, and be able to speak their mind and have the rights that I was afforded in my lifetime.
Taxes is going up, okay? This is just normal, okay? The jobs that you could grab under the table, no, that work, that American hustle and bustle, how we would have that availability, all that stuff's being taken. It's being taken. It's not being taken, excuse me. It's being given to illegals by this current, I don't know what you want to call that in Washington. I can't say administration, because they doing what they want to do. The people got to do what they need to do. That's one of my main reasons, just keeping us safe here as Americans. We don't want another civil war. No, we don't want wars are bloody. Wars get, people turn against people, too much fallout. But I see that this administration likes war. We seeing the war machine taking place now. Now I'm going into our young children, getting groomed for these future wars. You see it. There's wars that are happening here already between the two parties, the left and the right. Assassination attempts. What are we, America?
He was president for 4 years. All the things they're accusing of him, he didn't do the first time. Our economy is horrible. People can't afford food on their table. People have so much immigration problems in their cities, all the sanctuary cities. People are complaining about it everywhere. Here in Detroit, they're complaining about it. We need some stability. He didn't have wars. We didn't have the crime. We didn't have the immigration problems.
Well, for one, I believe that Donald Trump is probably the only candidate who has the freedom to do the right thing. The other candidates are all owned by their donor classes, and I felt like that since 2015 when he came down the escalator and announced his candidacy. I think it's tough when he was shot. I've been in the streets. I grew up in Detroit and Chicago. I've seen people shot. I've been around all of that violence and stuff. I've never seen nobody get up off the ground after being shot and yell, "Fight, fight, fight." That was the most gangster stuff I ever seen in my life, and that is the type of dude I want for my president. I really respect Donald Trump and his position and values.
I've always been thinking voting Democrat was the way to go. And for some odd reason, the Democrats does not get it done. I'm voting for Trump. I believe in taxing the big corporations like they're doing for John Deere. I believe in Trump because Trump will send the money down. It's just my local officials, that's Democrat, will not give it to us. Detroit has been oversessed $600 million in their homes, kicked a lot of black folks out where we are the majority. We have never had a local Republican city council, mayor, school board, Wayne County Commission, and it's time for that to change. I'm going with Trump. We have to do something else to change this nonsense around. Thank you.
Can we get back to the Constitution and following the laws of the land, please? People, you, listening, all of y'all. It's not just the Moorish thing. No. This is affecting the world. This war happens civilly in the United States. I don't know what is going to happen all around the world. The United States is a melting pot. We have to remember this. We can solve these problems. We can fix this stuff. We're being infiltrated by this said corrupt administration that's running things in DC right now. We gotta drain the swamp. Seriously, and it's just more than voting. People need to pay attention and get involved and stay involved with everything that's happening here politically, business-wise. We're here to make money. Yes, America, you want to get your money on. Okay, we can do all of that. However, if there's no money, if there's no people that you can sell your products to, if there's wars and nonsense and people coming up missing, and I'm hearing this over 300,000 something children are missing from the illegals that are coming in. Where are these children going? The trafficking. What are we doing, people? We have to do better. We have to be more responsible as human beings. It's not about Democrat, Republican, no, hold on. It's about right and wrong now. Which side are you on? If you're not right, you're getting left.